As we all know, Mr. Hogan named his famous clubs apexes. And the reason why was he figured out that he wanted all of his golf balls to apex at approximately the same height, 90 feet. So he's hitting his short irons, mid irons, and long irons so they all apex at 90 feet. Okay, that helped him control his distances. And I learned he figured that out by hitting balls along a row of tall trees down at Seminole. So it's my mission to go down there and find that range. Hey guys, Christo Garcia, my swing evolution. Oh my gosh, it's kind of funny to see myself a couple years ago when I was a lot heavier. It's hard to believe, but that's where I was at that time, you know. You can't lose weight very quickly. You have to do it by changing your lifestyle. So that is the opening of the scene in my film, Mr. Hogan, where I go to Seminole Golf Club. This is a very important place in the history of Ben Hogan, and I'm going to tell you this pretty crazy story. When I was at Deepdale up in New York, I got introduced to Jimmy Dunn. Jimmy Dunn is the president of Seminole, and you'll see him at the Masters. You'll see him everywhere. He's one of the most important figures in the world of golf. And when I met Jimmy, I found out that he used to hold the course record at Shinnecock Hills at 63. So I saw Jimmy hit the ball several times, and like, he's a legit player of a tremendous caliber. But he invited me to come down to Seminole, and you know, I've lived such a truly blessed life in this world of golf. It kind of blows my mind. But at any rate, this is me visiting Seminole, and there's a great story about how Mr. Hogan, before TrackMan, you know, Mr. Hogan had it all figured out. He had it figured out from his feet to his ball flight. They were able to figure this stuff out before we had all this high-tech data. But at any rate, I hope that you'll enjoy this little scene. I hope that you're happy and healthy during this, you know, lockdown. And I hope that we get to play golf really soon. So enjoy this this little scene from my film, Mr. Hogan, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. This is a little kooky. They were waiting for me. They knew who I was at the guard gate, and they let me in. Oh my God. So he told me to go all the way down to the left. I'm so excited.
The Seminole Golf Club was established by E.F. Hutton, who started the club in 1929. The course was designed by Donald Ross. This is my office, Seminole Golf Club. Mr. Hogan was someone I met in 1982 when I first started working at Seminole. I used to serve him his drinks, his martinis, as he used to watch golf or football. And he was a very intimidating man for a 19-year-old. But also I knew who he was and respected him. He was the man, a man of very few words. Mr. Hogan would order a vodka martini straight up with a twist of lemon. He used to sit in the chair right here and face the TV, and he would look out this window to the 18th hole and look for the Colemans, Dawn and George, to finish their round. I mean, I can't imagine playing golf against him. He would probably intimidate you to the point where, you know, he was going to beat you. I will tell you, there was a caddy named Eli Brown. He used to shag balls for Ben Hogan. And Eli said he would go out in the back of the range and he'd put his knees down on a towel, and he would never have to move more than an arm's length, left or right, to catch the balls to shag them. That's how good he hit it.
Hey guys, so I just heard the funniest story that when Ben Hogan would have a bet, say a $2 Nassau, he would never give them cash. He'd always write a check. And the funniest thing is, in those rare occasions when Ben Hogan ever lost a bet, those folks would never cash the check, because why would you? You have a check written to you by Ben Hogan. Isn't that cool?
This is Ben Hogan's locker right here, number 50.
It seems that the members here can play some golf.
Most of the guys here got a single-digit handicap. The amateur professional tournament started in 1937. This tournament and a PGA will have another tournament at the same time. All the good pros would come here because it was paying more money at the time. In 1961, the PGA said you can't have this anymore because you're taking all our good pros. In 2004, Mr. Neal brought it back. But this time, it was no money involved in it. There was no money involved in it. It was just the prestigious of getting on this board.
The craziest thing is when I got to Seminole, I went to the driving range and all I could see was a few palm trees scattered around. I'm like, that doesn't look like the story I heard about Seminole at all. So I started asking around to see if anybody knew where Mr. Hogan hit golf balls. I understand that you actually knew Mr. Hogan?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell me what he was like?
He was all right. He was a pretty nice guy. And the thing about him, he used to get back in the wood back there. He didn't want nobody to see him practice. And that cap fit him.
I don't know exactly where he was hidden, but I know that was his range. That's all. That's all I know. I know they call that Ben Hogan's range.
It turns out that the trees along the entrance to Seminole were the ones that Mr. Hogan hit golf balls next to. So that's how he figured out his ball flight.
Well, I think Ben Hogan obviously has to go down as one of the greatest golfers ever played, but his grit and determination, all the young people in golf today should learn from that.
Ben Hogan was a flowing motion. It was all from creating leverage by playing from the ground up and the feet starting the downswing and moving through it.
Hey guys, I'm Christo Garcia from My Swing Evolution, and if you like golf, you probably caught me on the Golf Channel this year playing my idol, Ben Hogan. Well, I'll tell you, it was the honor of a lifetime. And right now, we're running a special on my 3 best-selling videos. You get Mr. Hogan, my documentary, where I travel the country meeting everybody I can that personally knew Ben Hogan. Folks like Chichi Rodriguez and Jack Nicklaus. You also get the Hogan Code, my best-selling instructional video that shows you exactly what I did to learn how to swing like Ben Hogan. And my driving evolution. Now I can hit it well over 300 yards, and I show you all the tips and techniques that I used to pick up over 60 usable yards of distance. So go to myswingevolution.com right now and save over 30% on these great best-selling videos.